Good evening and nice to have you on Jam with Sam, Ashwin. It's a pleasure having you here. Where do I start? I think I need long coffees of about 2 hours to complete whatever work you've been done for a long time.
It's not that much as well, but yeah.
Right. Most journeys in Bollywood are all about struggle. Tell us something about your journey.
Well, it is about struggle I know everybody sees the glamour of it, and you see what comes in the papers and everybody looks beautiful, but this industry is, it's constant struggle for, I think, 90-95% of the people in it every day, even for people who are set. And I'm talking about people set who are good actors. I'm not talking about the people who come from the families. You are looking for work every day. That is the nature of what it is. No matter what you do, when you're out of work, you're busy looking for work, and you're constantly having to do that. And people just think that everything is served to you on a platter, and it's not. When I started, I finished drama school in London. I'd been there for a while. I'd come back, and I did all the rounds. I did the auditions. I did the I did those photo shoots that everybody used to do like that, which didn't really work for me at all. Yeah, so I stopped doing that stuff, and I stood in lines for the auditions and things like that. And nowadays, I don't really audition, but if somebody does go, I get called in straight away. And I see some of those same people who I used to audition with 10 years ago, they're still standing in line. And I know them as well, I say hi to them, but they're still standing there. And it's tough for everybody. So it's a dream that either you got to live, or I feel that I'm grateful that I'm earning a living out of doing something that's a lot of people just dream about as well. I'm making money out of it, which is a fantastic thing, but it's not a cakewalk as well. So.
Okay.
You can all cry now, it's okay.
A jalak about these weird ass comedy?
Are you saying my ass is weird? No, okay. No, that's Veer Das's company. He calls it Weird Ass, yeah. So I do a lot of stuff with them. Veer is a really interesting guy that he's really made stand-up comedy into a business. And he's moved on to movies, he moved on to other stuff, but he's built a scene for the English Indian stand-up comics in India. He's nurtured a lot of the ones you see now who you think are big, even from All India Bakchod, from East India comedies. So many of them have also come up through him when they were doing open mic nights, and things like that. All these people started off with 2.5 minutes with Veer doing the evenings, and now they're up there, and he's allowed a lot of them just to come up. So we started doing sketch comedy at the Laugh Factory, at the Comedy Store, and it was great fun because we were allowed to just let rip on stage. Just think of it as being online on stage. You can just say and do what you want, and nobody ever said anything, It was great. I think that's, so you could be as irreverent as you wanted. And I think initially people were a little shocked, but after that they really started enjoying it, because I feel you really need the irreverence in India today. Without it, I don't think we have a future in our country without being able to laugh at ourselves and laugh at our politicians and just, laugh at ourselves as Indians. Yeah.
You made a lot of videos like the Apple Air, talking about air, and Was this more of a...
That's a really complex one.
Yeah, it's a really complex. I was like wondering, where is the Apple product? Where is the Apple product? You should see this video.
It's because I look a little like Johnny Ive. But basically, I look like any other bald person there is in the world. So, you know, I can, you know, unless it's Eddie Murphy, of course, I don't look like him. So, but I did that because it really did look similar, and I can kind of pull off the accent. So I called Suresh Menon, it was his studio. I said, Suresh, can I do this? Okay. And a friend of mine, Amog, wrote it. And it's a pretty funny video here.
It's very serious and funny. And then there is no product in there, you know, like we are waiting, there's a product coming, there's product, there's no product.
The product is there. Yeah.
So, do you end up making money with such viral videos?
None at all, yeah.
So then, just more of the...
No, you just want to do it. For a lot of the people making these viral videos as well, they don't actually make that much money. There's not, I think you can, you probably get $20, $30 out of every, 10, 30, 40, 50,000 hits from YouTube. So there's no money in that, but it's the brand name that you build for yourselves. So, you know, because I'm doing that, you're calling me here today. I'm just saying. I'm also not getting any money for today. I'm just saying. So that does not make any difference. Yeah. But it's just, it's, again, to be allowed to do the things that you're not usually given the chance to. And I do a lot of plays as well. I do a lot of stage. Is there a question in there about that? Stage. I talk about that. So I had that question and you already, you know. So I do a lot of stage, and people say, why do you do stage? I do plays, and you're lucky if you get 750 rupees, 1,000 rupees for a show at Prithvi or somewhere else. Unless you're doing, once in a while, there's a commercial one that you can, you know, get a little bit. But otherwise, it is absolutely nothing. And you can give a month of rehearsals. At that time, you know, you can't shoot, you can't go anywhere. But it's just something to just keep your creativity going in, because Bollywood always doesn't give you that. All the roles mostly you're going to get in Bollywood are always going to be stereotypical. At least a stage will allow you to do something else.
So Bollywood, you seem to be in all the happening different hatke movies. You know, it's not the general stuff. They're very nice movies which are there. 2
minutes here, 3 minutes there, 4.5 minutes there. Yeah, that's a minute.
Which was your best one? Huh? Which is the best one?
Well, I think, of course, the best recall value is obviously going to be Lage Raho Munna Bhai. That's for, I did only 3 scenes in that film, and it still, you know, it follows me around like a Twitter account, you know, for, let's say, you know, the button has been pressed and I can't block it at all. I mean, it's also given me a lot, but it's been years since then. I think it's on some channel at any given time. It's always on. You're traveling on an airplane, it's on some flight. I've been on a flight when it's on, and I've been sitting next to someone and they're like, and then they go, and then they go, and this goes on for a while. The scene's over, so I'm okay after that. Yeah, I think Lage Raho was a great. A movie like that shows that as an actor, you don't have to have 50 scenes to be remembered or to be good. It's how important that part is. People always say it's a role, you know, and not the size or not the amount. I'm talking about films here, of course, but yeah, just putting it out there. But yeah. So for films like this, you do parts like this, and it's well written. It's only 3 scenes, but people will always remember. Of course, it's got a good director like Raju Hirani, and it's a great story. But I've had people come up to me abusing me in the streets here. "Oh, you treat your father like that?" Yeah. "He's not your father. You send him to old age home." I'm like, yeah, in 2006, you know. But anyway, yeah. So, and of course, Fashion was a really, really popular film. And again, in that film, Indian actors don't like to play gay roles. They feel it's beneath them, or just, you know, sort of stigma attached to it. So I'd originally been called for the role that Harsh Chaya was playing. He's playing my boss in it. And then they called me and said, "No, there's this other role. Would you be interested? It's Priyanka's friends." I said, "Yeah, sure." You know, I should have discussed the clothes before it, but yeah, you know, couldn't do anything once I was set. But after that movie, I mean, the amount of people, you know, who just said, "Oh, why are you playing gay?" I'm like, well, why not? Yeah. And I got married just after that movie had released. Yeah. Probably, you know. Yeah, this is just laugh before I say anything else. And it's a story that quite a few of my friends know, people I know. At the church, I'm standing there. My wife's Catholic, so at the church, and I'm waiting out there, and one of her aunts who never met me, and she just got up and she told her, she said, oh, just tell that gay fellow from fashion to sit down, man. So somebody said, well, you know, that's who's marrying your niece. She said, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, yeah. So yeah, fashion of course is, and I enjoyed that role. I feel I could have done even more with it, but I feel I did do justice to it. The main reason, on the sets, a lot of the hairstylists, a lot of the makeup people, a lot of them are gay. And one of them had come up to me and, you know, they just came up and said, "Really, well, I like what you're doing. You know, it's like really nice." So, you know, I'm like, I don't have to, you know, I don't have to look at other stuff. I just have to come here in the morning, watch them do their work, and base what I'm going to do on what's going around me. It's here. I don't have to go anywhere else. You know, they're all here. So I tried to stay true to what the character. I didn't play a gay character. I played a person, and I think that's what made a difference in that role. And I think in Bollywood, too many people, they play that gay element up, and you know, that takes it away from what the character actually is, and people, I think, abuse the term. So, yeah.
Hollywood or Bollywood? Your preference?
Bollywood is where my work is, of course, where, you know, I mean, I've got to be known because of it, but I do believe that there is a level of professionalism that is lacking in Bollywood that I think Hollywood has, from the way they do their movies. I think for the way that the actors are, even in Hollywood, even I believe even if there's an actor with 1 or 2 lines, he's good. He or she is good. In Bollywood, they choose whoever. I mean, jo sasta hai, you know, hum wo lenge. 2 लाइनें नहीं, उसको बुलाओ. वो जी वो hair stylist है. बुलाओ. Line bolo. I'm just saying that, you know, we should care about those small parts as well, because some of those big actors have started with saying those 2 lines in movies. Again, we don't see. I mean, you see a movie like Bananas, Woody Allen, and you've got Sylvester Stallone mugging an old woman on the metro, on the underground, in that, things like that. Cuba Gooding Jr. is a little kid getting a haircut in, I don't know why I'm talking about haircuts, but yeah, in Coming to America. So, I mean, I think we should give more value on the smaller parts as well, yeah. So I would love to do something with Hollywood as well, but I also think that there's a huge future in Bollywood for different kind of films, and they're doing it as well. Yeah.
So do you think a PR plays an important role? Like, we have this person who's supposed to be very popular, Malika Sherawat. She's got a big PR person.
I mean, well, I guess she is.
So she's not come back over here. She's been doing films, and she's got. So you think the PR person?
She's been doing more PR of films. I don't know.
I think more of PR. Yeah. So you think this PR thing helps a lot? If you are a PR specialist, you know.
But India is all about, she's gone out there. I think she's needed a PR specialist because she's gone out there. Priyanka Chopra goes to LA or wherever, or she's got a new album out. Of course she hires a PR specialist. But India is all about PR. It has always been. It's what is put out in the papers. It's what's put in front of you from page 3 to everything. Everything is a PR story. I mean, what actors are eating for breakfast. I mean, there's like huge stories on that kind of thing that are put in the papers. I'm not that kind of PR person, because usually actually PR companies say, we don't know what to write about you. I'm like, well, you know, it's up to you. But I mean, it's also fine. I'll just write about myself online, and that's why I like the online medium, because you are your own PR agent due to the digital medium. And I think that's what's changed the last probably 4 or 5 years. In fact, some of the main actors don't know how to use the digital medium. They'll only post something when their movie's out. Yes. That, I mean, and there's, you know, it's like 8 months of nothing. Then, hey, hi, you know, and you know, that's maybe not like that, but yeah.
And a lot of the top actors, and you see their Twitter handles, they'll be like inactive, and then suddenly, I mean, I don't follow any of them. I follow you, of course, so you're a big actor.
I'm not a top actor, so it's okay.
At least you respond back over there. Very important thing is responding back. So the only person I feel is, you know, who's doing Twitter in a good way is Amitabh Bachchan.
I guess he is,
He's doing that. Balance.
Yeah. Sometimes at night, I don't know what he's saying, but I mean, I know this is being recorded, so sorry, but on the whole, yeah, I mean, he's pretty interesting.
Something about comedy, you know. Like you are
It's a serious business.
It's a serious
Yeah,
business,
yeah,
I know. So a lot of comedians I heard have got death threats and IT things, notices and all on them over them.
But they're still alive.
They're still alive.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, sir.
What about that? Yeah. Well, I don't get death threats, but I get pretty much a lot of abuse online because I, of course, for those who follow me online, I don't just talk about movies or entertainment. I talk a lot about politics, what's happening in the country, and I pretty much say my mind. So I think every day I've got someone attacking me. But yeah, the stand-ups, I mean, I think people like Tanmay, Rohan and all that get some vicious stuff at them. Of course, I mean, they take it and they say stuff back and they go whatever. Sometimes you just got to block it because you've got, I mean, it's a country full of crazies as well. And you've just got to accept it. They're saying things to you. I don't think they're ever going to come to your house. So you just let that. I mean, one day I say something about, about Islam, somebody else attacks me. Another day it's about Hinduism, the other lot attack me, I've never tried Buddhism as yet, so. And if they attack me, then I'm worried. So
coming back on the thing, celebs are taking to the net and Twitter in a big way. So what do you feel is a better medium? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or you prefer all three?
Well, I mean, Kalyan was also saying, I prefer Twitter because, again, the immediacy of it, how you can get your news. Twitter to me is about the people I follow. Not about, I mean, it's great that people follow you and you probably won't, it's always nice to get more followers, but when I started following people and I always look for more interesting people to follow. I always know that my count is always going to, the people I follow is not going to remain here because I'm always going to find somebody more interesting, and that's just going to add, and well, I guess that's networking in a way as well. Facebook is, I've always said that, I mean, Facebook is how you want to see yourself. Twitter is almost the way you are because those thoughts just come up and then you're like, oh, can't, even if I delete the screenshots been taken. That's Facebook, everybody is pretty, happy, holidays, friends. But Facebook is great for, there's a whole lot of the world that is not on Twitter. And they never will be. They're on Facebook. So your school friends, college friends, people you've met, it's great keeping in touch with that lot of people on Facebook. And I'm saying I dance salsa. So that, I mean, the salsa community are not Twitter people.
Okay.
They're Facebook people because they all want to look beautiful. So, so all that lot is on Facebook, and I keep touch with all of them from all around the world on that. And Instagram is picking up. I think Instagram is going to is the next level. Yeah.
You link your Twitter to Facebook.
Yes,
So any reason behind that?
And Instagram to Facebook as well, since it's owned by Facebook now. So that picture you put on Instagram goes straight onto Facebook as a picture. So you don't have to repost, it goes as a full picture. And Twitter, of course, the account. So a lot of people, they think I'm really active on Facebook, but I'm not. You just like, wow, dude, you're just like, so many posts, man, where's the time? I'm like, well, you're just sending out from your Twitter account and it's all coming there. Yeah.
So I
think all three are important, just to say that you can't disregard. Even today with business, I know people bitch about Facebook, about the other things. I think they're all interlinked. You cannot disregard any of them. They're used for different purposes. You just got to see.
How important do you think is your website which you made?
I really don't know. I mean, you want the truth, I made a free website from Yola. Ages at the bottom it says, free website from Yola in tiny this thing. I'd done it a while ago, it just stayed there. I don't know how important it is. I do a lot of voice work, and I link a lot of my YouTube voice samples on that, and people can go on. I think it's important on the basis, not necessarily for acting, because I'm on IMDb. I pay to be on IMDb as well, because you have to pay. You have to pay if you're going to have your picture up there and what you've done and stuff like that. You have to pay for IMDb Pro, which is like almost $29 a month. If you don't do that, your picture is not there. Not that I've ever been cast in a Hollywood film, but I believe that's important too. So those are kind of investments that I think you've got to keep going. But for the website, it's been really important for clients with regards to voice work, because they call up, I say just check ashwinmushran.com. And you don't have to pay someone 50,000 a year for that. I did it. There's enough space. I mean, there's enough whatever bandwidth, whatever they're given for me to have 6 different pages on it. I've made that all on my own because the templates, everything is ready for it. So
It looks very impressive.
yeah, well, it looks impressive, but it's free. Yeah, I mean, I can't pay for it. I just not bother because I've not even checked it for a while. So, but I just, when people call, I just say, just check ashwinmushran.com. So I guess it has been useful.
You're a great MC. I've seen you perform at Blog Adda and at
Thank you.
InPod and all that stuff. So you think it's English, Hindi or English which works better?
Well, that's going to be, that depends on where you're going to be. If you're going to be an event in Haryana, you know, I presume, you know, a full English emceeing session will not really work here. Probably even English session won't work there. I think it's where you are, and you probably have to decide. Obviously, I do more of English emceeing, but at some places you've got to decide what is best. Why can't they all work? I think English is a language in this country now, and I think there should be more. It is part of who we are. It's not some. I think it's something that we should accept. I think we can get some great English movies, TV series, web series, because it's a brilliant mix. Yeah, between both languages. Yeah.
So salsa dancer, were you professionally trained?
I wasn't professionally trained. I was studying in London and finished drama school there. And I'd met this girl somewhere, and she'd wanted to go for a salsa class, and I went, salsa, you know. I said, I want to watch the football, Manchester United is playing and all that, dance, yeah. But she was cute, so I had to wait. Football, cute. No Tata Sky HD recording in those days, yeah. So I said, fine. I said, I'll come for a class with you. And we'd been to this, on Shaftesbury Avenue, there's a club called Bar Rumba. So I walked in out there, and I was awful. I was really, really bad, stepping on people. I think I was even exaggerating that because, I wanted the class to get over. And then class got over. It was good fun. And I went to get a drink, and it was around probably 9:30, 10, and the lights had gone off, and suddenly the disco balls had come on. All these Latino girls had walked in. And then these really average guys walked down the stairs. Average means they're really average. And all these girls just went for them. And I'm like, it's not that they're like 6'2" and hey, there's nothing about. And then they started dancing. And I'm like, whoa, I've got to do that. I said, I want to be that. So I started coming for lessons, and then I went for lessons every week. And I was out dancing 6 nights a week there. I've been to around 30 salsa festivals now. And surprisingly, I got quite good. There's no earthly reason for that. There's no reason why I got pretty good at it. I just did. I love the music. I fell in love with the music. So, like I said, to start with, I actually started because I wanted to meet the women. My wife knows that, she knows all about it. And if almost any guy tells you something else, he's lying. He's really lying, because that is the only reason they want to start here. But later on, the other stuff happens. You fall in love with the music, the people that you meet, and that stuff goes out of the door. And it's actually a great dance that teaches you, for guys at least, I believe, it teaches you great respect for women. It teaches you to be as close as possible without bothering her or anybody else. And I think we need that in India.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, coming to Kick Gun Sam.
Yeah.
Arnab.
Loud.
White.
Me. It's obsessive about that. Yeah.
Interstellar.
Fabulous. Yeah.
Sunny
For those who've seen it, yeah.
For those. Sunny Leone.
She is beautiful. I've met her, so she's stunning. I'm just going to say that. I think she's a smart woman.
Okay. So all the men have noted that down over there.
No, she's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Politics.
A mess. Yeah.
Mumbai.
Needs more work.
Religion.
Here to stay, but I'd like to see it go.
What's the one thing which keeps you motivated every day?
I got to earn money to pay the bills. So, I think that should be, No, it's just that people sometimes ask, why do you do that role? Why do you do that movie? You're not paying my bills. As a character actor, you get what's offered. You do it. You do it to the best of your ability, and you do it as well as you can. But people, oh, you're selling out. Well, then you come home and sign the checks, no? And then I won't sell out. I said, sign, and switch the TV on, and you sign. So I really, I think, Kalyan was talking about, I'm just saying that, get free food and all that. Even online, I don't mind people making money out of contests, out of blogs, out of a whole bunch of others. It doesn't bother me. I scroll through my timeline, I see stuff, I don't get obsessed with it. It's Twitter. If you don't look at your timeline now and you look at it 5 minutes later, that's gone. It doesn't really matter, switch your phone off. But I don't begrudge people earning money from the little things that they do. They're doing it, they're earning money out of it. That's fine, and I know a lot of people get upset about it online, and they get, that's a paid tweet. No, my tweet is not paid. I said what I wanted to say. The campaign is paid, and they're paying me for the campaign. The words are mine. So I'm saying that's. So I guess that motivation is there for those people as well. You've got to live. You've got to do what you can, and the barriers of only being a lawyer, an engineer, just working for a multinational, those days have gone. People are doing different kinds of jobs these days. And this is all part of it, I think, yeah. So.
A sensitive question. You have a choice to answer it or not. This is not on the list over there.
Am I going to cry?
No, you're not going to cry. You're from Kashmir.
Okay, that's not sensitive at all because I actually don't care. It's not for.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be a Kashmiri Pandit. Yeah, and then people suddenly start speaking Kashmiri. I'm like, like what are you saying? I've never been there. Just I don't hold anything about caste, religion, where I'm from. Some people know this about, some people don't. My mother's half English, half German. My dad's Kashmiri Pandit. He had gone to study St. Andrews in Scotland, and he met her there. She came back with him. That was 1966. My mother was born in New Zealand. My dad was born in Lahore. My sister was born in Calcutta, and I was born in the UK because my mother, was visiting at that time. My sister married a Marwadi. I married a Goan. So, for me, it's all about the different influences in my life, and there's nothing sensitive about Kashmir as an issue because I've grown up around the whole country. I've been in outside Vashi. I went to the JK school there. Then I went to Doon school. Then I studied Hindu college. I lived in Bihar for 10 years because my dad was posted there, as you can see. When I joined Hindu college in Delhi, actually, on the first day, so Hindu college, the hostel has a whole lot of Jats and Biharis. So this is like 1990, and I walked in, and these people called the white boy, because I was really white, obviously. But I never think of myself as white because of me growing up everywhere else, with the skin color is part of who I am. And they called me, and they said, come here. They said, "Kahan se aaya ho?" So I said, "Ji, Dhanbad." There's like 10 Bihari boys going, "Eh?" They said, "Ye Dhanbad ka ladka hai? हाँ हमारा लड़का है." And then they're literally saying, "Hey, this is," and then they told him, they said, "इसको कुछ नहीं करना, ये हमारा लड़का है, कुछ नहीं." They were just so thrilled that somebody lived in Bihar with such white skin. They were just so happy, So yeah,
Ashwin, it's been fantastic having you here.
Thank you so much.
Good fun. We really enjoyed. I've never seen the crowd laughing so much in the last 13 episodes.
And this is me serious, so I apologize. I can have the most serious face in the world for anybody.
Yeah, I know. It's brooding face.
Dark. I want to be a deep brooding actor one day, but hey, you take what you get.
Fantastic, Ashwin.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Thanks. Now, which way? What has to be seen? Jam it.
No, you have to be seen.
I have to be seen. So which way? Do we start from there and go?
Fantastic. Okay, हो गया Twitter, Instagram, everything. That's for you, and I'll just.
Oh, thank you for because
So when I told him you're getting a spa and treatment and all, he says, "Do I need it?"
thank you.
Fantastic.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Cheers.